This video is about configuration of Barberly, basic configuration that you apply when just after registration. So let's take a look. Today we will cover creation of team members, services, basic configuration for bookings, for locations, and we will see how everything is reflected in the apps which Barberly provides. So just to remind, in Barberly you can have your own custom mobile application, you can have a website, you can see it here on the top, and also kiosk for self-check-in. So all configurations that you do basically appears in these tools. We have a separate video on how to design tools, and I will leave a link behind this video. But yeah, let's see. So how the system is working and how it's built. So you can see here in menu all things from top to the bottom. So I'm now in navigation menu salon section, and if I go down here, this is basically everything that I need to do. So we have business locations, we have business hours, we have team members and working hours for team members, and we have services and configuration for services. And absolutely the same we have here in starting guide. You can see steps, right? So business address, business hours, services, members, working hours, and create first appointment. It's just for testing. Yeah, let's take a look. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going step by step as we recommend for you. So business address. Let me first go to business locations page. So here we have the list of locations. In our testing salon I have a couple of locations. I can see different types of locations, and so because we support fixed address, fixed means that just regular shop located on some address. And mobile services means that you provide mobile services, or maybe you are only mobile barber only, and in this case you use mobile services. The only difference in booking when you choose mobile services, client would have to provide address where you go basically. Okay, so for all grids in our system you have such sorting order here, so it's just drag and drop functionality. So if I do it, it changes order of locations or also services, team members, depends on where you do it, in the mobile app, website, and also in self-check-in kiosk. Okay, so let me open location. This is what you normally need to configure. So first you select is it a fixed address, regular location, or mobile services, which I already explained. You provide some address, you provide parking information, and it's optional. Parking is optional, just if you want help your clients, because parking information appears in also in the notifications. So yeah, if it's a first time client, it can be beneficial. Next, instructions how to find your location also can be beneficial for new clients, especially if you are located not obviously somewhere on the ground, or maybe on the second floor, or somewhere in a business center. Next, location on Google Maps. So here you provide latitude and longitude so that app and website could display Google Maps and locating you there. So how you can get these numbers? If I now go to Google Maps, here we have our clients. By the way, you can see book online button. It also comes from integration with Barberly. And what I do, I just make a right click on my business here, and here are these numbers. Here we are. So we just copy them. Just pay attention that first or second numbers, they can go with a minus, because if you provide it without minus, you really your salon will be located literally somewhere in Indian Ocean, so in opposite side of the world. So just pay attention to this minus. Okay. And so just I will be showing you how changes are reflected in website and mobile app. So in mobile layout, both mobile application and website, they look pretty similar. So here I'm on our testing app. It may look absolutely different for you. It's another topic to discuss. So here I'm going to locations, just to show you I have the list of locations which I created already, and I go to my main location, and here we are. So we have address, we have information how to find address, we have parking information, we have Google Maps, and also we have some additional information and working schedule. Okay. So I'm going back to configuration. Once I'm done here, I'm going back to starting guide, and here I have business hours. So business hours are pretty simple. You just it's working hours for your location, not for you at this point. So you just set some time frames. If you work, you work. If you don't, you just click that you are closed. And you don't even need to create it for every day. If working hours are the same, you just pick a few days and click save, and it will apply schedule for the whole week. So yeah, now I'm going back to starting guide and configuration for services. Now we need to create some services. So yeah, I can click and go here. So here I have already a list of created services. Again, I can drag and drop them to change location in the app. Yeah. What is important about services? So we have, you see quite a lot of things here. So we have extras, we have categories for services. Categories are used if you have like many services and you'd like to organize them in some folders to look better on client apps. Price rules for services. We have also a separate video about all these configurations, and the link again is behind this video. Yeah, so I will not be staying here for a long time. I mean, describing all of those, but just to promote our another video, I just give you small information. So price rules, here you can do configuration for cases like let's say Christmas time and you'd like to promote, or some cases maybe just make more money on your services. So you can change price to make it higher for Christmas period, like here for example, from 21st of December till 24th of December. For each service on each location, or based on team member. So you can just set custom prices. You can do cases like, for example, if you accept clients in non-working hours at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m., you can set double prices. We call it VIP hours, or vice versa. If let's say it's Monday and you're not fully booked and you want clients also come on Monday morning, you can set smaller prices to motivate clients to book on Mondays, and maybe to have Sunday and Saturday for some more expensive services. Yeah, so all configuration is here. We have a separate video on how you can do it. Also services by weekday. Yeah, so here you can limit days when you don't want some services to be booked or provided. For example, if you have non-profitable services that take a lot of time, you maybe don't want to provide them on Sunday or Saturday when it's top hours. So you just want to make more money, and maybe same for lunch time. Yeah, so you just uncheck that some service. So here on the left you select services, and here you uncheck that they are not available, let's say on Saturday and Sunday, and click save. services by team members on this page. So you navigate between team members, and here you can set custom prices and durations for services. There are also price rules for this, but in some cases you can do just here, because here you can also customize not only price but also durations of services. Yeah, and let me go back to service itself and open the first one. Configuration here is pretty simple. You just provide name, you provide description, duration, because it's needed for booking system, and of course price. Here you can spot checkbox which says used as add-on only. It means, so if it's checked, it means that service can only be provided as an extra service, as add-on service, or service which the app will suggest to your clients if they selected standalone service. So some other service. I will show you now. So just to keep it simple, add-on service doesn't appear as a standalone service and can't be booked by clients. It can only appear as an extra service. So here we have configuration for the add-ons, how it works. You pick some service, let's say haircut is selected, and yeah, so here I have the list of all services and a list of add-ons. So what I'm saying here basically is that if client in booking process selected haircut, please suggest him to book also bear trim, shampoo, and some traditional wet shave, for example. If I don't want service to be here, I just remove it. If I want to add something, I just click plus. And I can also arrange services here in a similar way. So I just do drag and drop, and this is how add-ons will be shown. Now let me go back to our application. So here we are on locations. I'm going back. I will start booking new appointment. I first pick location where I'd like to book. So next I'm going to services. So here I have categories for services. Actually, I didn't show you. Let me go back quickly. So categories all the same, so I just created them here, and I picked services which are in this category, and similar to all grids, you can change order for categories. Like here and here, it means how they appear in the app. So as in our example, I pick men's services, I click on haircut, and here I have add-ons which we just configured. So I pick two of them, and now I have them in the booking page. All right. So yeah, just to repeat, we have separate video about services configuration. So yeah, just check it out. The link is just below. Next, we're going to starting guide again, and we have team members. So I'm going to team members page, and here we see similar picture. I have already the list of team members, and yeah, so I can arrange them in the similar way just by drag and drop. But yeah, let me pick one just to show you all details. For example, Peter Jackson. So what we have for team member? So we have title like barber, master barber, head barber, or something else. We have name, we have description. So here we have direct booking link. It means that if such link is clicked by client will be redirected basically to booking page with Peter Jackson pre-selected already. So it's just for him to share in social media. So if your hairdressers, barbers would like to have own booking link in social media just to book directly with them, this is a place where you can make such a link looking nice. So it's a place to make a configuration. So color is just for internal use, to see on agenda, in scheduler, just to navigate between different barbers. So here we have phone number, we have email. So enable calls means that clients can call to this barber directly. So if enabled, as explained here, call button will appear in mobile app and website. So yeah, I will show you later. So same for WhatsApp. If linked to direct call or chat in WhatsApp is provided, it also will appear. So here you also provide some other social media, and basically that's it. Let me show what it looks like. So yeah, I will navigate back, go to barbers. I have the list of my barbers here. So if I pick Peter Jackson now, so what I have his name, I have next availability. It's based on staff working hours, which we will consider in a moment. I have links to all social media. I also have a green button to chat in WhatsApp because it was configured in settings. I also have button to call, and I have a list of services provided by this team member with already prices and durations which are unique for this team member. And yeah, just book button to navigate to bookings. For some team members, it's also possible to configure a lookbook. So here we have configuration for lookbook. You basically create a kind of folder with images, and you assign this folder to team member. So here I uploaded images and I selected team member Matthew Johnson, and if I now go to my app and find Matthew Johnson here, so here on the bottom I have the list of images. I can click on them to see closely. Alright, so let's go back to starting guide. And last thing about configuration is staff working hours. I click on this link. So what we have here, we have a list of team members, we have a list of locations if you have a few of locations, and we have schedule. We have basically two ways how you can configure schedule. So first one is you just create default working week. So you click, for example, set as a location business hours. It makes it similar to location. You can customize by clicking on specific day. So if you use default working hours, it means that every week will be same for client, and it will be same like months ahead. So I switch, you see now, to September, to October. It's configured for all months ahead. Another option, I can just do manual configuration for every month. So same as with business hours, I can do just here, set as a location working hours. And again, similar to default working week, and with this solution, I can remove days when barber doesn't work. I can customize some specific days. But if I use it without default working week and use only location working hours, I would need to make a configuration for all months ahead. So it only creates configuration for current months. For next months, you would need to switch to August like here and click set location business hours again. But since I have already a default working week here, it's configured for me for all just weeks ahead. So I don't care that much about it. So what is important? All team members, they can manage all these things themselves. They can create a schedule themselves, so you don't need to do it manually for all of them. You can, of course, and actually this is what we recommend, so that you can manage it, everything. But yeah, in some point you probably would like to provide access to your team, for your team members to work with own appointments and with their own schedule. So what you would need to do in this case, in navigation bar, you go to salon users here. And here you can create credentials for your basically barbers or team members. So you create new user and you select a role. Just read carefully what each role provides. So if you, for example, create a user with a role team member, it means that such team member can only access own data. So he can only see own appointments, own schedule, and manage only own data. If I select team member, I select, let's say, David Brown, because I create username, password for him. So name and last name already pre-filled from team member data. And here I pick some email, password, and confirm password, and then I just pass this email and password to David Brown, and he can later change password if he wants. So how they can use this email and password to log in, where they basically can log in. In Barberly, there is a separate app for your team members. It's called Barberly Business. You can find links. So if I go to apps in navigation bar, so here we have configuration for all your applications, for mobile app, for website, for self-check-in kiosk, also for Google Maps booking integration, and also here you can find mobile app for barbers. Yeah, you see it. So if I click on it, it shows me just some screenshots from mobile app and links to App Store and Google Play. You don't even need these links, so you can just search Barberly Business in App Store and Google Play and install it and use credentials which you created on the users page. For you as an owner and administrator, you don't need to create user for yourself. You will already have it with a role organization admin, and you can use same credentials as you log into web portal to this website. You can use same credentials for business, for Barberly Business mobile app. Because to explain, we differentiate it like this. So you use web more for like basic configuration and for initial configuration, because there are a lot of things that you can't do in Barberly Business. But for daily work, for daily operations, for daily bookings, it's fine just working with mobile app Barberly Business. It also sends you push notifications and just closer to you. You don't need to open web all the time. Okay, so we're going back to starting guide. We configured basically everything that we need for appointments. We have a lot of ways how you can book appointments, how clients can book appointments. Let's see. From business side, we have work in navigation menu here. So we have agenda. If I go here, it gives me all my team members with a schedule for today. I don't have any testing appointments created yet, so I can do it. So if I pick here, I have options to book appointment, to block a slot if for some reason I'm not available, or change working hours for a day. So for now I select book appointment. So here I would need to pick some client. I will take myself in search. So location is selected already, team member pre-selected because I clicked here. I select haircut as a service and I click save. So now I have appointment created. What I can do, I can move it. So you see I can change time. Here I didn't yet change anything. I can move it with a drag and drop. Let's say so now it's created on 8:15 a.m. I decided that it's too early. Let me move it to 10 a.m. So now it asks me if I want to do it. You see 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So I save changes and appointment is moved. Now I can increase the size. So I decided that it's just not enough time for me, and I just do like this, and now it asks me if I want to extend it. Yeah, I do. And you see now I have big appointment. Let's say I decided that Alex Thomas can't provide. I can move it to Nick Williams or to John Moore. So what I do, I just drag and drop it to another barber and confirm the change. And what happens now? Appointment is moved. Yeah, so this is how it works. Also, you don't need to work with agenda. You can just go to the list of all appointments here, so you will see all appointments with the status, and you can just create appointment right from here. Also, there is a Barberly Business app where you can create appointments, and of course your clients can book from mobile app, from website, and from self-check-in kiosk. So mobile app, let's probably stop on mobile app for a moment. We have again a separate video how you can configure it. Basically just a few words. So you go to apps, mobile app, and here we have configuration for your mobile app. Let it load a little bit. Just has too many experiments. So yeah, so here you can just go from top to the bottom and configure background, configure logo, icons, change colors for your app, and change everything that you see on the pages. And once you are done, there is a possibility to publish your app. You go to publish mobile app section, and here you can send application to publishing to App Store and Google Play. So you just click publish, you provide name for your application. Normally it's your business name, description, how it appears. It's basically store listing, and also icon that will appear on your client's phones basically. So I think it must be a logo. Yeah, and you click save and send to review, and it takes 2-4 days for us and for Apple and Google to publish your application, because it's physically installed and reviewed by specialists, first from Barberly side, then from Apple and Google to confirm. So it basically takes some time, but yeah, you will receive notifications from us when the app is live. And but for your clients, also important to have ability to book without app, because app is not available at the beginning. As I said, it takes 2-4 days. And maybe if it's new clients and they don't want installing mobile app at the beginning, they can book from website. So here you have website. Configuration for website is absolutely the same, so it looks very similar. You already have your own domain here on the top. By default, it appears on and works with a barberly.app domain, but you can create your own one. So we have custom domain configuration, so you can provide your custom address. But please first read this article, how to make a configuration for domain, because it also requires some action from your side as a domain owner. If you have questions, just let us know, we always help with it. Also on the website you can find all your links which you already have in Barberly, like all custom booking links for your barbers, and also just booking link and default link to your app. So from the day one in Barberly you already have your web that you can configure and use while you're waiting for your app. So once your app is published, your website will be suggesting clients to install your application. So let me quickly show you. So if I go to some different address, for example, no, not these guys, I will take outsiders. This is our client from the United Kingdom. Yeah, just a second. So here you see I joined website. It looks as a mobile app, but basically it's a website. But since I joined from iOS, from Apple emulator, so basically now this website thinks that I'm opening it from my iPhone. and it suggests me install my mobile application. So it already knows that I'm from iPhone. That's why it suggests me going to Apple App Store. It's written here, so it's a link to Apple App Store to install your mobile app. And if I change it to Android application, for example, I don't know, let's take which one? Galaxy, Samsung. Let's take Samsung. And if I reload page being in Samsung, it already suggests me going to Google Play and install my application. So basically your website promotes your mobile app. This is how it works. Yeah, as I said, we have a separate video about configuration for your mobile app and website and how you publish it to App Store and Google Play. Just check out the link below this video. And a few more things to cover in this video. It's settings for bookings. So for all settings, you go to navigation bar, find settings and go to settings here. So please check out salon settings. It has some important ones about your contact details and also some time zone and some settings for your personal notifications. Then you can check booking settings. So for booking settings, what we have here, we have time slot duration, and this is a minimum, I would say, how your hour is split in the app. So we have 15 minutes here, but for example, if you don't have services which last 15 minutes and you have only services which last 30 minutes, so you don't want clients to be able to book absolutely every 15 minutes. You can manage your gaps and say that, okay, yes, my slot is 15 minutes. So let me first show you like this. So if I change it a gap to 1, what it means is that if I go back to our Barberly application, Health 13, and yeah, let me switch back to iPhone and just like it more. And if I go to booking page, pick the address and go to date and time, so here I have every 15 minutes booking. So let's say client is able to, so now it's 8 a.m., 8:15 a.m. He can do something like that. So instead of picking 8 a.m., he can just pick 8:15 and start booking at 8:15. And what I'm going to do from 8 till 8:15. So I basically don't want client to book 8:15. So how I can fix it is I go here. I'm still leaving 15 minutes time slots, but I say that since my services are usually 20-30 minutes, I'm saying that minimal gap, bookable gap, is 2 time slots. So basically 2 slots are 30 minutes in this case. So if I change settings and go back to the app, and now I'm going back here and select some day, you see that 8:15 is not available anymore. So I have at 8 and 8:30 and then 9. So this way I just manage my gaps and make sure that clients just don't book some unbookable time. Yeah. So let's see next what is important here. Allow client notes in the booking page. I will show you later. Cancellation policy, cancellation settings you provide here. So they basically only make sense if you use payments, because without payments you can't punish clients for no-show. But still, maybe you can charge them next time. So it's better for them to know. Even if you don't use payments, it's still important to show your cancellation policy, and it just reduces the chance that clients will not go. So that they will not come, so they will remember this. Tipping options, here it's definitely only makes sense if you use payments, so you can add tips to bookings. And yeah, I will show everything in a second, how it looks in mobile app. Approval policies. So here it's beneficial if you don't trust all clients to create bookings without your confirmation. So for example, you'd like to approve appointments for new clients or for every client. So we have different policies. So always require approval. So default is instant booking. It means that clients can book without your approval. So always require approval. It means that all clients all the time will be required approval from your side. So they will be creating requests, and you will be receiving such requests in Barberly Business mobile app and here in Portal. And you would need to approve such requests before they actually become a real appointment. Approval for unregistered clients policy. It means that only registered clients can book without your approval, but if client tries to book with the new contact details without registration, which is possible by default, such clients will be sent to your approval. Next, approval until first completed booking. It means that if it's new client, you would need to approve such client, but if this client already has completed appointments, completed bookings, and so basically not a new client, you can just book without your approval. And the last policy is similar to previous one, but it only allows direct booking for clients that don't have any cancellations. So they have bookings and don't have cancellations. And registration settings. So here you can set that registration is required or not. And also if you are a kind of private club, so you can configure here that invite only registration is working. So default is open registration, so any clients can register, but you can change it to invite only. Yeah, so if I now go back to bookings, pick some time here, so I select barber for my services, I pick some service, haircut, and so here I have note. So since note is allowed in booking settings, clients can add some additional requests or some additional information for you. Next, if I click book appointment, here I have cancellation policy shown. It actually shows me the text of cancellation policy. It shows me when I still can cancel for free. And if I don't cancel for free here, actually what rules apply, how much I should pay in case if you have the settings here. So if I try to cancel after allowed time. And if I click OK here, appointment is created. This is because we don't have any payments in the system now, because it's testing appointment. Yeah, so let me go back here, and the last thing which I cover in this long video is payment settings. So to configure payments, you go to POS page and click configure payments. Let's wait a little bit. So here in this video I just cover some basics. So we support integration with several payment providers. So here I have testing account in the United States. So in the United States we have integration with Square, Stripe and SumUp. So in other countries this list can differ. So just check this page. And you connect to payment provider just by login. And then once you have payment provider activated, you can select payment policy. So payment policy, it's you define how your mobile app and how your website behave with the payments and appointments. So default policy is payments are optional. What it means? It means that clients can actually book as before without any payments, without any requirements to leave credit card details, but if they want, they can go back to appointment and pay. So for example, if you just want to accept payments through mobile app after service, You can do payments are optional, so you provide service, provide haircut, and then you just ask client to go to the app and pay, and client pay, maybe add some tip if configured. So this is how it works. Another policy is pay at the time of booking. So here you provide a size, how much in percentages clients must pay when they book an appointment. So for example, you can say 5, 10%, you can say 100%. So it works as a security deposit, and normally it's not refundable. It's possible to refund it if you want, you can do it. But normally it behaves as an unrefundable, non-refundable amount which secures your appointment. So if client just doesn't show in the shop, you just leave this money. So card details are required. In this case, if you pick this policy, system will not charge clients, but it will require payment card details to be added in the app. So if you have card details, you can later charge clients for no-show or late cancellations. So this is how it works. And the last thing about payment, if you have many team members and they want to receive money directly, you can create configuration for payment providers for your team members. Because by default, all money go to your Stripe or Square or some app account that you have on the salon level. But here, if you want, you can do it on barber level. So each barber can log in here to this page and log in to his own payment provider and basically use it and receive money directly. At the same time, for each team member, we have 3 options. So if I click, for example, on Alex, so here I have 3 options. Payments disabled means that even if salon accept payments, bookings with Alex will go without payments. So same as a salon means that we just use same payment provider as a salon uses and money go directly to salon, which is a default policy. And own payment provider, it means that Alex can log in here to his own payment provider and receive money directly. Okay guys, this is it about basic configuration. There are a lot of things, a lot of business models that Barberly supports. It's just not possible to cover it all in one video. What I do, I also will leave my contact details, my link to my WhatsApp, that you can ask all questions that you have about the system. Just ask directly, don't hesitate. We always answer. I personally also answer questions because there are a lot of business models, a lot of different approaches. They are all covered in Barberly, but it would be impossible to cover everything in one video. We will be doing more videos. But yeah, so for now that's it for our basic configuration. Thanks for watching.